Hi you guys, it's Maddie, Good Gemini, back with another timeless collective reading. This message may or may not be reaching you for a reason. It is up to you to determine that with your own intuition. So just take a second to connect with my energy, maybe the title, just maybe the general first few minutes vibe of this reading to see if this resonates with you. But we're going to do a collective reading. What that means is this is a large collective of people, so not every single message is going to resonate for you. So take what resonates and leave behind what does not. And let's go right into it. I already was clairaudiently getting from spirit the word hurdle. So you might, and I got the word hope. Hope might be someone's name. Hope just might be something. I just got that somebody might have a tattoo that says hope on their physical body. But just in general, I'm getting there's some sort of hurdle that you are going to be surpassing, jumping over. Spirit wants you to maintain hope, maintain faith. I just heard honor. The word H or HO, those could be, I just got Ohio with that as well, so that could be significant for someone in this collective. But just hurdles in general. I want to tap into seeing what these hurdles are, what spirit is meaning by that. But at the bottom of my own deck that I've been creating, just with esoteric messages of the tarot, this I believe is the Emperor. Yeah, so we have the structure required for survival. So maybe a hurdle for you has been structure, whether that's being overly structured or not having enough structure. It could go either way. I think with the Devil starting out at the bottom of the deck here. Oh, I just realized I need to cover that. Oh, I need to cover both of these. Oops. Maybe we don't want to start off with the Devil card at the bottom of the deck in the future. But yeah, there's potentially some sort of unhealthy habit or attachment that you've been stuck on. And this could have been a mode of survival that you've been stuck in for a while. But before we get into it, I just want to pull some astrological energy. I haven't used this deck in a little bit, so I want to start off with this one. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. The color orange, I'm also noticing, is very much live across the table. So orange is the sacral chakra. It's our life force, our creativity, our feeling, our intuition. So potentially there's some sort of blockage maybe in your sacral, and that's one of the hurdles, is like the ability to allow that to flow. Maybe I just heard someone feel stuck, so maybe that's the hurdle. There's a hurdle you're needing to jump over that's going to unstick you, or there's something that's been in the way, or multiple things that have been in the way, that have been hurdles towards you getting somewhere in particular. So Spirit, please give us the astrological energy of this collective reading. Spirit, please give us the astrological energy of this collective reading. This one's calling out to me. Influence. Okay, more Nakies. This is reminding me of the Lovers card. This is Libra Mercury. So Adam and Eve, the snake. Interesting with the Devil card also at the bottom of the deck. This is reminding me of like some sort of temptation. External influences. Libra is air energy. Mercury rules the mind and communication. So there could be some sort of external hurdle. It's interesting. The Mercury symbol here is literally the tongue of the snake. So maybe somebody else's words have been a hurdle for you, like somebody said something to you, or there's some sort of story or thing that you've been holding on to as truth, and Spirit's wanting you to break through this truth. I got something about a lie, so this could be potentially somebody lying to you and that's been a hurdle, or like somebody said something to you that wasn't necessarily true that again has affected the way or the trajectory of your actions or your path. I want to get more into this and read the book, but we also have loss here with Pisces Saturn, the 12th house. So this is like so Pisces is the planet of the subconscious mind. The 12th house is the subconscious mind. It's Neptunian energy. It's the barrier between the conscious and the subconscious. What's so crazy is I was seeing pillars in my mind. I'm not joking, when I was connecting to this. So this is, I'm going to take this as well. Indecision here, more Libra energy. Libra Venus energy. 7 12 7 7 7 3 12 7. Those could be significant dates for someone. Interesting. I'm also paying attention to this. This is a time dial or a sand. What are these called? Something. Sand dial. No, I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting so like choked up on what this is or what this means, but you know what it is. It measures time, and there's angel wings on it. So divine timing, that's what this is giving here. So maybe I feel like a hurdle maybe has been indecision or lack of action, feeling stuck for someone, and spirit's wanting you to know this indecision has been in divine timing. There's a reason why you haven't been able to make a decision. There's a need to trust yourself and know that you're not like blocking yourself. There's a reason you're feeling this way, is what's coming through. I'm noticing the purple in the background of this. It's reminding me of the crown chakra or the third eye. So your intuition, spirit, influence loss. This could be like, what I'm getting, this, especially with the subconscious mind here, this is some sort of like deep transcendence of an old version of yourself or old life I'm getting. I don't know why this is also reminding me of the Four of Wands. And I know that's also Venus energy, Aries Venus energy. I think there's Aries Jupiter energy here with Enterprise. So this could be like new ideas, initiation of like a new self. This Aries is the first house. When we go, the last house is the 12th house into the first house, it's a new beginning. Influence. Saturn is also about, I think we were in a Saturn retrograde. We still might be. I should know what sign it's in, but Saturn is all about discipline here, structure as well. It's karma, it's time, it's lessons. I want to read the book. Let's see what it says. So this is Mercury energy. Mercury, here we go. Okay. Mercury, change, Libra, sense of justice and beauty. The coiled serpent's tongue is the astrological sigil for the planet Mercury. It represents smooth talk, guile, persuasion, and temptation. In the first relationship, Adam and Eve walk in the garden unaware of danger. Beneath the roses, thorns. The mental expression of the Mercury Libra character is primarily influenced by a concern with human interaction and close relationships. There is a delicacy about the Mercury Libran who prefers the company of the reserved and cultured. Their innate curiosity about the workings of other people's thought processes make Mercury Librans essentially sociable and friendly in outlook. Those with this planet sign combination need plenty of healthy discussion and amiable argument to exercise their natural capacity for seeing both sides of any question. For them, ideas are best developed in brainstorming sessions with partners where everyone's ideas are assimilated and developed together. Teamwork is undoubtedly the ideal mode of operation for Librans, and they find relationships most fulfilling when they are filled with good conversation and shared intellectual interest. Being able to see other points of view, the Libran has excellent arbitration and diplomatic talents. For this reason, people with this combination tend to gravitate to such subjects as psychology, public relations, sociology, and law. Negatively, there's danger in constantly being fair to all. The Mercury Libran might find it impossible to come down firmly on one side of the question, with the indecision. When this card is drawn, it suggests that the inquirer should take a second opinion from a respected colleague about the present question. Being tempted by others, a group venture, needing others' good advice, a renewed relationship that blossoms, the inspiration of a hero. Okay, interesting. And then let's go to Saturn, Pisces with loss. Okay, Saturn, ambition, Pisces, understanding, sympathy, sacrifice. Below, a raven pecks at the last scrap of flesh from a bony skull. Saturn is traditionally the planet that can signify loss. Above is a grand house and grounds. Couples stroll in a carefree manner in the evening light. Much of the Saturn Piscean potential for self-discipline and responsibility is invested in helping other people with problems. The sensitivity of people with this planet sign combination to others' needs can make it difficult for them to not become involved in helping people in some way. If this manifests in a professional job, then all well and good, but the demands will be great. Saturn Pisceans have a strong insight into the motivations of those around them, but should be careful that they don't lose their own identity when faced with other people's demands. Excessive imagination and sympathy can create problems that don't really exist, and other people's sadness, sorrows, and losses become their own. Often Saturn Pisceans feel the desire or need to work in seclusion or retreat from the world in some way. It may be that they will be attracted to the study of deeper processes in the unconscious mind and interest as psychology. But watch that an excessive tendency to compulsive inward looking does not become over-obsessional. Saturn Pisceans are better looking outward towards others than looking within. When this card is chosen in a reading, it indicates a loss of some kind, but it may be worth thinking about what is really concerned here. Could it be that the inquirer is really worried about someone else's loss and not their own? So a feeling of loss, situations involving hospitals or health clinics, work in the field of complementary therapies, counseling others, developing interests in the occult. Okay, going back really quickly to this influence. This also talked about, so maybe if you're watching this reading, you could be in the field of psychology somehow, because it mentioned that twice. What I find interesting is this talked about the dealings with other people, both in kind of similar but different ways. Being influenced by other people's energies, for sure, is kind of what's coming through. This could be why there's like indecision here, because maybe you're influenced by outer energies, and with this Piscean energy here, this could be within the subconscious mind with like more spiritual energies, influence on an energetic level, a subconscious level that you don't realize. So like I was saying, there's something about your dealings with other people that are changing, or it also mentioned about like it's better to work with others than look within. So this could be about like you needing to work with other people to get out of your mind. That could be part of the structure, is being less focused on yourself in certain ways, where like your energy and how you balance your energy with working with other people, how much energy you give to other people towards yourself, and balancing that. With Libra, we have balance. So this could also, again, with the snake and temptation, I'm getting the crow picking at this skull and temptation, like the temptation to like beat a dead horse, or like to pick at yourself till there's like nothing left, and it's like, okay, there's nothing to keep picking at. You're picking at something maybe potentially that's already ended. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I think that's part of this, is like you are nitpicking a version of you or a situation that has already ended, that's not presently here. And it's like subconsciously, energetically, it's still influencing you as if it was still here or it's still there. I want to pull some tarot now. Yeah, there's something to do with family, particular. This is reminding me of home, family, because I just saw the 10 of Pentacles. So this could be like the influence from the loss of like a group or a family member or a friend. It's almost like for somebody, influence from somebody who has passed or like isn't in your life anymore. Interesting. This is kind of also giving me the combination of you've been through a lot and you're meant to help others from what you've been through. Spirit, please further clarify this situation. I think also with loss and Saturn being about structure, and structure required for survival, there's some sort of old structure that you use for survival that's meant to end. But you still are in these old patterns of survival, and it's influencing you mentally. Let's see. Page of Wands and Ace of Wands. Okay, so fire sign energy. Energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. Follow your passion. You're ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. So I feel like there's a new path. Let me put this here. A new pathway, new opportunities, new things that you're meant to be doing, a new way of living, a new way to channel your energy. And if you feel like there's been hurdles, you're surpassing these with your spirit, with your energy. It's almost like this old version is starting to really, truly, it might be arising very strongly because the new version is kind of like fighting back, and like they're at odds here, they're balancing out. And the new version of you is really trying to move you forward. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Ace of Wands always gives me like the birth of an idea. Knight of Swords, time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. We have the Tower at the bottom. Change your life, a sudden revelation that offers freedom, break free from procrastination, embrace the opportunity that change brings. So yeah, again, the hurdle might be procrastination on an idea, or this new energy that's trying to channel through you. Wands can talk about career, and passion. So maybe there's something about like a new career path or a new way that you're meant to live your life or channel your energy, or what you're meant to embody, that is being influenced by old patterns or the loss of an old version of yourself. Crows can represent spirit and omens. So this could be like, you could be seeing a lot of crows right now, or snakes, or a lot of symbolism around that. The snake is also giving like shedding old skin. It's like you've shed the old skin already, but with the Mercury tongue, it's like you've shed the old skin. Physically, you're in this new place, but mentally, subconsciously, psychologically, you are kind of stuck or still influenced by this old energy that no longer resonates. And that's why things could feel confusing. Yeah, Six of Cups. So this could have to do with inner child work, the need to connect to where this is coming from. I'm also getting for somebody, this could be like influence from actually being bullied in the past. Because this is also reminding me of like a school or an institution. Maybe there is a place where you weren't treated very well, and like those voices are still in your head. Those beliefs are still there. And like the temptation to believe these lies or these old stories. But Pisces is all about like the weakening of that barrier. So we're starting to see the truth. Yeah, there's the Tower again. Very strong Aries energy in this reading so far. Aries, Libra, also Pisces here. Aries and Libra are cardinal signs. We have the Knight of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. So Spirit really wants you. So we have the Swords of the mind. There's clarity needed. And to move forward. Okay, you know what this is giving me? It's like not sitting too long in indecision or in the mind right now. It's like we can't listen to the mind. We just have to take action. And that's not always, right? Sometimes we need to slow down and sit with things. And Spirit is saying like, no, we've sat long enough. The hurdle is the mind, and we have to break through that. Even if it's scary, because the horse looks especially scared to me right now today. Also, yeah, these are kind of reminding me of crows on the reins. So Spirit is like saying they're with you, and they're leading you and guiding you through this transition. Let's see. Spirit, what is this collective message here? What is the situation right now for the collective? Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, change. Okay, what is the... Give me more about the situation. What is going on right now? The hurdles. Didn't I bring up the Four of Wands? Can't make it up. Okay. And then advice. Well, let's see. Outcome and advice. So outcome. Four of Pentacles. More cardinal sign energy with Capricorn there. We have 10, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4. Oh, 144. That's a very spiritual number. And the star. Love that. Somebody's birthday could be April 4th, October 4th. Yeah, lots of Libra energy and Aries energy. Maybe April 10th. October 10th, 10-10 with endings. Okay, Magician, that's the advice. And the Ace of Swords. I love this combination because this is literally saying like your thoughts are the spells that create your reality. So we have to redefine the truth because you're being influenced by a version of you that's already died, these ideas that are not true anymore, and you know that logically, but you're still subconsciously affected, or you're becoming aware. This is consciousness with the yellow energy. So it's like you're becoming conscious of this, and you're saying, okay, how can I redirect the mind and use my thoughts and use my conscious mind to create a new reality here. Super beautiful. And we also have 1441. Because 10 breaks down to a 1. So love that mirrored number that's coming through. Okay. Oh, we also have 111 also came out there. So new beginnings for sure. And 7s represent like the mind as well and the self and what we desire on a personal level. So I was asking about the hurdles here. So I feel like hurdles potentially could be, because the Four of Wands can talk about comfort and happiness, joy, celebration, play, love. A lot of that structure energy is coming through. So this could be like the balance, the need to have balance with structure and the ability to have fun and enjoy yourself. Maybe you're having too much fun and there's need for more structure. I'm getting a lot here about a lot of buildings. We have the building here, the castle here, the buildings here. So there's some sort of influence that's coming through about society. So this could be like literally like societal influences that you've received. But the Wheel of Fortune coming through here is like the wheel is turning. There's big changes. There's karmic cycles that are moving. You're being moved by spirit, like I said, with that Knight of Swords, like we saw the crows, like spirit is moving with you. So there's some sort of like, but there's a mystery within this, right? What's going on is like you've been in a limbo. Like when we're in periods of change, things can feel, the Wheel of Fortune can talk about things being in flux, up in the air, not knowing where you're going, not seeing what's coming. It's a mystery, right? It's like, what is fate gonna bring me? I don't know what's gonna happen. And this is about like that surrender to what we don't have control over, but also the balance of what we do have control over. So I feel like there's certain things that you've been manifesting, working on, because the Magician is about manifestation, about like mastery, creativity, action. It's masculine energy. So this is really saying like, what do I want to bring into reality? What am I bringing into reality? And how can I do that with spirit, with this as above, so below? So I think that there's the balance of like, how can I surrender? And I think maybe you have surrendered and you've been in this period of surrender for a while. And then now spirit is saying, okay, now is the time to take action. Now is the time to move. The hurdle is your own self, right? It's like, there's been a reason, like we were talking about here, there's a reason, there's a divine timing of why this hasn't moved or why these things haven't happened yet. And now they're moving forward. The talk about psychological energy here, I think is very important because it's like why this was happening. I think maybe there's like a lot of stuff that's coming to the surface for you to understand so that you can move forward with different conscious beliefs or understanding of yourself, of life, of what you want to do. The Page of Wands and the Magician, and more Mercury energy here, by the way, with the Magician. So a lot here about like the messages that your mind is computing or processing, and how you're meant to channel that differently. Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. This is about structure, the power in structure. I think reservation of energy and the ability to have that balance in energy is important right now. This also, it's interesting, this came up right below this because this card was talking about being secluded and working alone. And you see he's outside of society working alone here. So I think that potentially this could be the hurdle, right? Is like maybe you've been alone and you're like entering this new phase into needing to work with others. And you're scared about that, or like you've been isolated for a while and you're being welcomed into like a new community. And that's scary. It could also be like the opposite, like the need to have more alone time and like get more security within your own energy, which can also resonate as well. But I love that we have these two very bright yellow cards coming through here, like the light of consciousness very much coming through. Four of Wands is like very passionate, fiery energy. It's very much this energy of playfulness, of, again, something to be celebrated. And I think that's maybe what Spirit is saying here, is that like you have really surpassed or like gone through this deep spiritual test, and like now is the time to show the world what you're made of, because you've been doing a lot of inner work. And I think that's why I was saying working better when you're focused on other people versus being overly focused on yourself is coming up, because right now you're meant to take these lessons that you've been working on internally. That's done now, and now it's time to channel that energy outwardly, because the Magician in the reverse and talk about like having like energy be stuck because you're not taking the action. Like you have to be taking action and moving to create, or else there will be a block. And that definitely could be that sacral chakra block that we were talking about at the beginning of the reading, is like there's been a lack of creativity or action. There's been a reason for it. There's no need to be mean to yourself about it, and say, okay, how can we move forward now? Now is the time where I can enjoy myself equally and like be focused on my work and my structure. So like there's a balance here. Because fours are about structure. They can also be about like rigidity and having too much structure, like I was saying. Also, they could be about like being too comfortable in something. So I think that there's been maybe energy has kind of been, this combination is kind of giving me, I feel like I've just been kind of like living and not really like living, right? I'm not really doing anything, and I want to be doing more. I want to create more. There's a deeper meaning to this. Now is not the time to just play or like be in the day-to-day any longer. It's time to like create. It's time to do. It's time to take a leap. But like it's like that's what's happened, because I asked about the hurdle. What's interesting, oh my god, we asked about the hurdle. This looks like a hurdle. Oh, I just got a message, just got the chills. Spirit is saying, why are you trying to jump to get to this? Why are you trying to jump over the khapa? Why are you trying to jump over this when you can just walk through it? Like there's an easier way to be to get to the other side. It's like the door is already open, so why are you trying to jump over it? Oh yeah, it's like you're making this harder than it needs to be. The mind is making this harder than it needs to be. This could be like holding on to old ways of living or being too hard. And it's like there's a need to loosen up and be open to a new experience. The only way you're going to get to this experience is by letting go and stop, like letting go of this way that you've been, again, making it harder for yourself. And maybe this is subconscious, where it's like with the procrastination element we were talking about with the Tower, is like, oh, you're starting, because the Tower is about breaking through illusions, big changes, things falling apart, so that healing and hope with the Star, right? And we saw the star. Hope can, you know, emanate and bleed into your life. This is also about holding on, maybe even like holding on again to like old habits or ways of being that no longer work for you, or that you don't need to keep anymore. So I feel like this is here because this card can also be about a block to the crown chakra with the pentacle. So I think potentially the old version of you was your heart chakra might have been blocked, crown chakra might have been blocked. There's just day-to-day survival. How do I get through? Also, like being blocked off to other people, being blocked to spirit. And there's an open door here. The Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands combination of what's happening right now is so positive. Like, this is saying you have new relationships, you have new opportunities, you have new things that are coming to fruition in your life. Maybe you don't see it yet. And you're looking at like, oh, how do I get there by jumping and taking this big leap? And Spirit is saying like, trust in divine timing. Like, the door's already open and you're arriving, right? It's like, if it hasn't been, like, if you don't see it yet, like, you're about to arrive. You're about to arrive very soon, because the wands represent days typically. So in the time that you're seeing this reading, I feel like within days, potentially 4 days, you are stepping into this new period of your life. This new reality is being created. It's solidifying with the Four of Pentacles. It's like it's locking in. Out with the old and in with the new. Wheel of Fortune can be about luck. And I feel like there's some sort of like lucky break. You're breaking out of this energy that's felt so like heavy and stuck. This is with Saturn, this is like lifetimes worth of subconscious energy that's been influencing you, and you are breaking through that. This is very powerful. This is saying like you are thinking very differently, very clearly. There's clarity, there's action being taken or about to be taken. Opportunities for excitement, adventure, play, having fun. Spirit saying stay brave, stay optimistic, even when it's feeling really tough. Like, keep coming back to that positivity. Two cards here about opportunity as well. So with the Wheel of Fortune, some sort of opportunity that's going to be worth celebrating, that's going to be solidified, that's going to stay for I just heard a good time. The opposite of that, for a long time, not just a good time. Oh, that, ooh, yeah, it's got the chills. That's the energy here with this. We're going to be here for a long time, not just a good time. The good time's going to be here for a long time. That's what you've been manifesting in. It's like this new, you've been waiting a long time for this. I feel like this is a very strong message for people that have been stuck in a rut or feeling like lost, or at least a year with the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. A year to 4 years, or the like this being like your whole life. Somebody could be 44, 41. Let's see. Spirit also wanted me to pull out the expect a miracle, Mother Mary. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. That's very much what this spread is giving. And Spirit is saying almost like this prayer has been up in the sky just waiting for you to believe it enough to ground it in reality by taking the action. This is like the life that you've wanted and the version of yourself that you've wanted. How can you take the action and live as if you already have that? And you've maybe have been doing that already. And you're like, where is that happening? Or like, when is that coming? And Spirit is saying it's happening now. Or very soon, at the time that you're seeing this reading. Again, this is timeless. So, what does the Goddess deck have to say? Go outside. Freya, bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. Very much in that Page of Wands vibe. Vesta, home. Again, with the home and like family and structure, your household situation is improving either through a move or healthy change in the occupants. That could definitely be what this is talking about. This could be like a homecoming for sure. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're getting a new home. You've been manifesting a new home, a new group of people in your life, a new job, just some sort of stability. So you could be actually physically moving. We have home and go outside. Maybe you've been too much in the home, because we were talking about that, of being alone too much, being stuck inside, and there's a need to take action. Go outside, show yourself to the world. You've been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. So yeah, this could be also like being too comfortable in the home and being stuck inside, and the need to go outside, and the need to go do more, take action. Ace of Wands is like vitality. It's that fire under your butt that's going to get you going. It's life force energy. It's new ideas. This is renewed energy. That's what this is giving. So maybe if you've been feeling influenced by depression or loss, or just going through a really difficult time, especially because it brought up like health issues. This could also be, yeah, like being bound by the physical body, or health issues, or things that have kept you stuck, and like you're transcending that, whether that was with someone else or if that was actually you. Let's get some final advice from Spirit of what's coming up from this message. Making peace with your shadow and your dark parts. So instead of holding on to that as truth, this is also giving like reinvention, creating a new self. It's reminding me of, I don't know why it's Edward Scissorhands is coming through, and that movie is like sort of depressing, and he's very isolated, and he's stuck in the house. Oh, interesting why that's coming through, because in that movie he's like isolated, stuck in the house alone forever, and he's like looking down at the town. Oh, interesting. But the reason that came through was because of the concept of that, I think it's a toy maker, an inventor, but he's like actually creating this being, this doll, that may, okay, maybe someone resonates with Edward Scissorhands, because Edward Scissorhands is, everybody's scared of him, right? But he's so sweet, he's so gentle. And I think her name's Lisa. Maybe that's somebody that's going to resonate for somebody. Lisa, Edward. The girl Lisa that falls in love with him, she sees past like that exterior. So that could be like part of you or someone else, like seeing through this rough exterior, seeing through the trauma or the walls or the things that you've built around yourself, and you're creating, or somebody's consciously, or you're becoming consciously aware of yourself differently, and that's creating new experiences in your life. You only need love from source and yourself. That's beautiful. So Spirit is very close to you, and they want, this could potentially be about, yeah, like reinvention, self-love, having a new relationship with yourself. When you know who you truly are, when inner union, centeredness, and balance are achieved, inner demons, darkness, and ignorance don't stand a chance. Love that. You must get out of victim mindset. Okay, so that could be part of that temptation, the temptation to stay stuck in the old mindset, be stuck in victim mindset. Maybe things that you've been through have kept you in a victim mindset subconsciously, and it's time to face that with that shadow energy. You are 1 in a million. I love that, because ones came out so much. So you are 1 in a million, and you're meant to create something great and create a new life. Maybe your life is already great, and you're becoming conscious of this in a new way. Becoming conscious of yourself being great in a new way. Past life issue, karmic contract. Wow. With the Wheel of Fortune, that's about karma. And the Wheel of Time and Saturn here. So this could be even deeper. I'm glad that this came up. Thank you, Spirit. Because this could be even deeper. Especially with the crow here. This could be past life versions of you. Deeper influence than just this life. Maybe you've been feeling like, why is it so hard for me to move through this? Why do I feel so stuck in this way of being? Why do I feel like I can't break out of this? And Spirit wants you to know, like, this is the time. This is your life to break out of it. You do. There's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. You do have the ability to break through this. Keep your eye on the prize. Shift of perspective needed. Okay, yeah. Maybe you've had your eye on the prize so much, again, like we talked about with jumping over the hurdle, and it's like you can just walk through. Keep your eye on the prize. There's an easier way to get there. Rome was not built in a day. I love that. Yeah, so this really is teaching. This is like a lifelong, this is the last one I'm going to pull. But this is really teaching you that this has taken a long time, but yeah, you are not built in a day. This creation that you're wanting is not built in a day. Like, this is lifetimes worth of work, and you're getting to a place where you're finally like getting to this new level of consciousness, this new level of power, and you are in a very, very strong position to create that. You no longer need to be stuck in this old way of being. Spirit says you're not supposed to know the answer, so stop trying to figure it out and you'll feel better. That's very much with that Wheel of Fortune energy. Maybe that's part of the structure, was part like a structure required for survival. Structure kept you safe. Structure said, oh, you know, I know the answers, or I'm maintaining the control and the structure of my life, so I'm going to be good, but that's been keeping you stuck. There's a new way. There's new actions to be taken. There's creativity to be brought into your routine in your day. And not to figure it out, but just to live and create and feel. And there's a new way that's coming through into your life. I think this is the one that I'm feeling more. Okay. So Page of Cups reversed. So that's about like not trusting your intuition. Buying something we don't need or want. That's so funny with the four. That could be all with the Four of Pentacles. It could also be saying, yeah, maybe you lost a lot of money and like there's this impoverished money mindset you have, or like holding on very tightly to money, or like the need to actually save money, making promises we can't keep, or commitments that don't really mean anything. So maybe you've been making a lot of promises to yourself or commitments that you haven't been following through with, and it's been keeping you stuck in the same place. And this is like bringing in more meaning to the things that we're doing, the actions we're taking. Not just like mindlessly. This is like, again, consciousness is really coming through strongly with this card for me, of like, you're becoming aware of why you're doing certain things, why you're moving a certain way, why you're putting energy into something. And you're understanding, okay, with this deeper conscious awareness, how can I shift my life to get what I want? Let me get some charms to end this reading. But yeah, you're not supposed to know the answer. Stop trying to figure it out. So just take action, not with the intention of trying to figure anything out, but just to take action, to enjoy it, to feel it, to be in your life, to participate in your life, not just to live, not just to have structure, but like to achieve something, and not achieve something material wise, but like achieve something on a soul level. We have Saturn. Yeah, confirmation of Saturn, the moon and Saturn. So that the planets and astrological energy is it's very crazy right now. It's having a lot of influence on us externally. So the Saturn retrograde, or you could be in your Saturn return, but like, I feel like this is saying this is like a lifetime with that star. This is like a lifelong wish that is being created right now. We have a crown. So yeah, crown came through on the Four of Pentacles. There's also like a crown popping off of the Tower card that came through. So it's like deep enlightenment spiritually. We have the letter V. So somebody's name could start with the letter V. Okay, we have a fish, so Pisces energy. This also reminds me of Jesus Christ, so that could be a symbol that you see this week. These are just all symbols that you could see this week as a confirmation of this message. The number 9 and a heart with a key. So the answer is coming through love. This could be opening to new opportunities within relationships, self-love. The key, I think, is loving yourself. The key is to move through the heart, to not hold back when it comes to who you truly are. Let's get one more. This is interesting because that drink V8, but this is V9. So maybe this is like drinking different like not drinking the old, because interesting, because V8 is the number of spirit and the mind. 9 is the subconscious. So V8 before it was like you were just intaking and living and drinking the Kool-Aid of your old self and your old beliefs, and you're now drinking these new thoughts as you're becoming consciously aware of the thoughts that were keeping you stuck, and it's going to be creating new things for you. Yellow butterfly, so you could see yellow butterfly this week, but yellow came through very strongly. So this could also be like someone that has passed, because that came up here, of like a strong spirit guide, a strong angel guide, particularly your paternal grandmother could be very significant for someone here. And her being very much involved in this period of your life, and she's guiding you towards this happiness, this love. So that's a signal. Doesn't have to be the paternal grandmother, but a signal of somebody from the other side. You'll see a yellow butterfly this week. This is a confirmation that they very much are with you and that they were sending you this message. We also have an owl. Love that. Owls are all about the intuition, the third eye, deep inner wisdom. So crows, owls, seeing an owl could also be another signal, but this is like trusting your intuition. This is getting downloads from spirit visually. This is being able to see through the darkness, and you really are like keeping your vision, finding clarity in the darkness of the subconscious mind, and seeing the truth behind everything. So I'm gonna leave it there. I hope this helped you guys. If you'd like a personal reading with me, the information to book that will be in the description box below. I now do have direct credit card payments set up on my Calendly, so you can pay for your readings ahead of time, which is super exciting. If you have any questions, you can always email me. But yeah, comment if this resonated with you, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Have a beautiful week. Bye.